Good morning and welcome, Free Enterprise fans, to another round of the Fabul Gauntlet. My name is Dathis. I'm going to be your restreamer today with my friend PK4787 tracking. I have Joseph Manho and Simar here as our commentators. I'm going to throw it right on over to them to get you started for this early morning match.
Okay, I am Simar, and my co-commentator, Joe.
Hey y'all, glad to be here, Jofus Man.
And we will. This is going to be a race between Paladin Aegis and Gambit017. And it looks like the streams are up.
Nothing like a classic dark Cecil to start with, so we'll see what happens here. I feel the question from Five Alive: what's the best color for speedrun? I'm partial to reds, but I guess we'll see what happens between this red and green action.
Okay, I don't see any green, but maybe that's just my minor settings.
And away we go. Starting with a legend and a yang to boot.
Here's our objectives for this run. Okay, we get to
Just
forge the
complete.
sword. Get the Mass Immune Altar, that's Ogopogo's spot. Get Rosa, liberate Baron Castle. Defeat Plague wherever he is.
So it seems like a pretty standard opening. I'm a fairly novice runner myself, but
Well, at least we have the Legend Sword for forging the Excalibur.
Yeah, there we go. Not much of a change to standard opening, I don't think.
No, although you could see the runners check Mist Cave and Waterfall Cave just to see if either Plague or Demist is in one of those spots.
Fair point. And we are seeing some lag on Gambit's end, it looks like, but they still seem to be taking the same actions, making their way through town of Baron and checking the item shop.
We got life potions and star veils and tents. That's a pretty good starting item shop.
That is a solid open.
Not all items are guaranteed to appear in any shop, so we may not have a shop with sirens, for example. That's one difference with these flags from the last.
Right, so without the sirens, you'd have to rely on grinding through other means, either D-machine grind or whatever else you got up your. And I know between the this flag set, I know there's fairly set or not fairly set randomization on the item shops. Was this one more of the more balanced side? I can't.
I thought that was only on the chests. I'll check real quick.
It looks like standard shop and chest randomization. Looks like Aegis is about to check Octo spots.
Yep, good job remembering to save first. Dark Knight Cecil.
So moving on. And Aegis is going right for Antline instead of checking the Mom Bomb spot as well, as opposed to
Uh-oh. We got ourselves a Mega Nuke.
womp womp. So Gambit's gonna pop over to Antline as well.
I found what has confused. Is only in the elimination rounds where the strength of items in chests and shops will be weighted, and these are the Swiss rounds, so items are just totally random. And CPU at Antline.
Which shouldn't be too hard to take out with a Yang and Cecil to start with. However, not finding much gear at the beginning may hamstring progression here.
Yang should probably outdamage that defender node, though. Maybe not level whatever it is. And now Gambit is in the fight as well.
Without a healer, it's definitely harder to take out the attacker instead of the defender, but luckily they start with those that item set, so they have some cure 2s on them that they can tend to themselves, at least for...
And the life potions as well. One strategy that you could use, especially if you knew this was coming, would be to put Cecil back row and Yang front row. Since Cecil doesn't do a whole lot of damage anyway, just use him as a dedicated item.
Oh, there you go.
But nobody's doing that just yet.
I feel like they're already in it to win it if they were to reset out and take the time to swap it at this point.
Yeah, not at this point, but maybe for the next boss. Since even with more levels, Cecil doesn't get a whole lot better at dealing damage as Dark. Using Cecil's Darkness command there on, I think that was Paladin Aegis' screen, which drains Cecil's HP a bit, but does more damage into all opponents. That is a J command, I believe.
And doing enough for both of them to make progress.
And we get some levels.
And a hook.
Yes, a hook. Oh boy. We may just have ourselves a hook.
Hook seed hype.
I don't think I knew about that shortcut through the south end of the antlion cave there.
Yeah, without someone to cast exit out from there, it'll save you. What do you think, Sai? Do you prefer hook seed?
For commentating, yes.
Who do we have in bed? Looks like a Sid. Well, Gambit has run right down to Eblin Cave.
I guess this is one place you can get a character fairly free, and since you have the boat and the hook, and since we couldn't get a character on Mount Hobbs because of Wyvern, that certainly makes.
Sure, sure.
And silk webs. Those are always good to have. Silk webs in... I don't know what town that is.
I believe Aegis is in Kaipo, and Gambit has found himself an edge.
Ah, okay. So I think that's Vanilla Edge spot, isn't it?
It is. Or in this case, Ige.
Idge. Oh, and Paladin Aegis getting tripped up by the final boss here. Old Kaipo lady, who I don't think can go further than that, so... You will sometimes see a runner try to pin her up beside the counter on the left before doing their... Oh, she finally gets out of the way.
Got one free siren. Down at Village Mist. Maybe if they're lucky, they'll find some more.
Aegis doing so quick, I can't see what they got, or he. It's right there on the screen. I should be able to follow it.
Looks like Gambit is leaving Cave Eblon while Paladin Aegis is checking Demus spot for Asura. No thanks.
Yeah, Asura is definitely not one you want to fight, especially when you don't have.
Looking back at chat, I believe it's Mayari Noko brings up a good point. Have an edge now. Might have enough agility to get the jump on Wyvern to get that Hob spot in check, but we'll see how they progress.
We got the Karai Gi for Yang. Gambit's over on Gambit's screen. Gambit also getting a Siren, which might prove useful.
See, I'm one of those people that will always keep those until I get to the underworld. Have you ever had success with those, running those early?
I wouldn't call it success, but I had to do it. Jenner, I think it's better to save the Sirens for the underworld unless you're just stuck against, like, Golbez, and you gotta get... Actually, I think the time I did it was a hook seed with Dark Knight Cecil at KK. Oh, I never saw that chest before. on Aegis' screen.
Looks like Gambit's going to be trying the Gauntlet itself.
Or the Gauntlet spot at any rate. We don't know what is actually.
Or just looking at item shops, but we'll see. Nothing crazy in the Fabul item shop.
Although I would say if we get Iridia, then that Asura becomes useful. Oh, he already has an Asura. I would probably have sold that Earth Wrench because you don't really need another damager in Sid when you've already got Yang and Edge and possibly.
Oof.
Ooh, he just wiping on the trap chest. It's Golbez at the Gauntlet. Ha ha ha!
With any luck, Gambit will we'll see if Edge can stay alive and put out some damage before trouble starts happening.
Or if Edge can be revived if Shadow Dragon picks him.
Nah, it's fine. It's just Yang.
Not ideal, but not. He does have Star Veils, which is nice.
Yep, I believe you get 3 or 4 with the item kit that everyone starts with on this.
He's down to 2 already. Although I think I saw more in the Baron shop.
Got Yang up in time to get him some experience as well.
Wow, not a lot of HP there. And the package is another character. At the cost of a very long cutscene, of course.
But at this point, only having a team of 3, that's probably worth.
I would agree with that, although you could probably get the 4th from Mount Hobbs now that you have the Star Veils and Yang. Which seems to be the exact thinking of Paladin Aegis. Yeah, I meant Edge, not Yang.
Now I know for the back row glitch, you're able to equip any back row or ranged weapon to any character that can equip it. As far as I understood, you have to actually exit the equip screen for it to take effect. If anyone can confirm, I'd be curious to hear. And still not out of speed for Paladin Aegis.
I think it was enough speed, he just chose to attack instead of Star Veil. Um,
Trying to keep up.
both screens have kind of frozen.
Gambit is about to see who's on the bridge, while Paladin Aegis takes on the Gauntlet spot.
It's Odin on the bridge.
I don't believe he has any lightning or Thor Rage type item.
No, but maybe this is low enough HP spot you can get.
I mean, he's got a tricked out edge, so we'll see what happens. Hey, and he gets through.
Golbez takes Cecil on Paladin Aegis' screen, so that's probably ideal. And now Pale Dim with the back attack. Aegis is past Golbez. And we'll get that package. How did the Dark Knight from long ago get the package all the way to Fabul without going through Mist?
I think they still had the Serpent's Gate open at that point.
That goes to Mysidia.
Shot in the dark.
Maybe he had of course, maybe it was long ago enough that the lunar whale wasn't underground yet. Sure, let's go with that.
And Dathis with the answer. Much obliged. You do not need to leave the equip screen in order for the back row glitch to take effect. Good to know. Scala with a simpler answer that they probably used a boat for the package.
So it seems Gambit just got the spoon at the top of Mount Order. But more importantly, he will get Paladin Cecil if he can clear this next boss. Which he did. I did not even see what boss it was. Now Aegis is going up Mount Ordeals as Gambit comes down. Gambit's definitely leading in terms of key items. Don't know if Aegis has just been slower or has been exploring more. I guess Aegis did check those two boss spots. I don't think Gambit has looked at yet. Of course, now we know they don't have anything, but
Looks like Gambit is doing some shop checks, while Paladin continues to ascend her ordeal. And Gambit going for the Rosa in Baron Inn. With the first boss being the Fabul Gauntlet and the Paladin not taking any risks, going for a safety save. And Paladin just behind Gambit, picking up the spoon as well.
wow, Octomom has a lack of HP up top.
Didn't stand a chance.
So who do we got here at their end? Oh, it's the Gauntlet. Can't be anyone.
Gambit is still going for the Gauntlet. That is a huge time sink. So now that Paladin's done on Ordeal, curious to see where he will move next. Looks like possibly doing some shop checks like Gambit did. Gambit finally makes it past that gauntlet to D-Mist.
Oh, and that's a required gauntlet because it's blocking Rosa, and here's D-Mist. Which you just said. But yeah, since Rosa is probably not our duplicate, there's only one character duplicate in this flag set, and we have to get her. This is probably a required fight anyway. So it makes a lot of sense to be doing these fights.
Rosa and the Darkness Crystal. No big.
And whoever D-Mist had.
Pretty sure Paladin overheard us because it looks like he is headed that way as well. While Gambit is either going to go check the whale or avoid it entirely because the moon is probably haunted.
Going for Wyvern, I guess.
Yeah, with enough as enough attack as Edge has at this point, this spot really shouldn't take that.
I'd still just use a Star Veil and win the fight that way.
And he gets one off. All of that for Atella.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Paladin's paying the same penance Gambit did and bearing in with that gauntlet. So now that Gambit has a full team, he could probably go down.
He could go down the Hook route, or he could check that D-Mist spot since he got the D-Mist defeated. Rydia's mom might have that magma key, and that would save some.
But whoever goes back and checks D-Mist, come on, that's no fun. Opting to go get the whale.
Okay, the other big check we have, I don't think we have another check to do besides, well, Aegis is still doing Baron Inn, but other than that, it's either Moon or Hook route, unless D-Mist has value.
Hook route, D-Mist. I don't think either of them have checked package yet. Am I correct?
I thought that was where they got Edge. No, it wasn't. You're right.
Right. Package would just be a character, but depending on who's in the spot may help expand their opportunity. And Edge was from Vanilla Spot. Thank you, Dax.
Okay, Cure 3's on the moon.
No sirens spotted in shops yet, but I do believe they looted one or two from chests.
I know I saw Gambit get one from a chest.
We have a kid, and I can never tell.
I think that's Pollen.
It is. Quacks for days. The moon duck.
Five minutes later, we regret to inform you the moon duck is.
And Artemis arrows from D-Mist and Iridia for packet.
And Aegis is going to take that Rydia.
An
That seems
explosion of
dark.
naming ways.
Yes. Honestly, I mean, he's a cat, right? That's probably more damaging than the bombs.
Gambit looks like he's going to be attempting the giant.
That's certainly an option.
Again, being fairly new, my pace is usually thrown off. I can never tell which level should be, or what level I should be by the time I get to. But I normally reserve the giant for pretty late.
He could be doing it for some grinding before he does the moon.
There you go. Because if he can get that D machine grind, he does have Tella for weak, so with enough ethers, anything's possible. D machine grind for days. Also, quick shout out going back to what was already said in chat. That Rosa sprite is pretty awesome. Some illusions, ethers, and Thor Rage. Paladin Fine. Over in Troya Town. Village Town, one of them.
So, apparently they just going to check in Kaipo. Oh, right, that's part of the whole scene with getting Rydia. I forgot how long that series of cutscenes is.
And we'll see if PK was correct with his call. It is not Plague at Package Box. Looks like Val. And met with a quick death.
It may be Val, but it's got Wirehag stats, so that certainly makes sense. Oh wait, no, not Wirehag. Baron. They're both fights from an inn. How am I supposed to keep them? Looks like Aegis is going underground with this.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure with that composition, he should be able to progress through the tower with minimal stumble.
I was about to ask why he was giving the bow and arrows to Radiant instead of that dragon whip, and then he gave her the dragon. It just hit me why Paladin Aegis' Cecil is named Aegis.
It's probably for the shield, isn't it?
I thought it was because he becomes a paladin.
Ah. Swing and a miss. Mr. Bus Driver, yes, Gambit is having some upstream issues, it looks like, on our end as well. While Gambit continues to go for the giant, Paladin Aegis is going to continue through the cave. Kind of hard to read through the lag there, but it looks like Gambit's still trying for the D machine.
There it is, and he just ran. I mean, it wasn't the summonable D machine, but I mean, a D machine's a D machine. It's still going to give you tons of XP.
True, but if he wants to stack them, and if there's any sort of a slingshot element involved, wouldn't it be better to get all of them in one battle vice?
I guess, but at the current HP levels, I would just be trying to get everybody some XP.
That makes sense.
Besides, you've still got the moon bosses to do, and that's going to get you a lot of XP.
If you can hold out the few sirens you have, you can go for the King Ryu's on the moon, and since that's already open.
Or you could go for eggs in the underground, since you have to go to the underground to forge the legend sword with
Absolutely.
And that was not a D machine.
No, but it looks like Gambit is up to at least 10 frames.
You fought something else there. I didn't see what, or I don't remember. Mac Giant, I'm loving it. Really not much to say during these fights as they both go for progress.
Paladin getting some life glitches off on these Mad Ogres. And based on Gambit's persistence, it's likely that he got the actual D machine spawns. We'll see what happens once he offs this beamer and hits the searcher. Wah wah wah. Paladin claims that lunar staff. While Gambit gets nothing but more and more equestrian. I don't know that I've actually ever successfully completed the D machine grind or done the manipulation. Sai, can you speak to
From what little I've seen, you do have to reset to start the manipulation, so he's not doing the manipulation. It's a very precise movement path from where you start after a load, and then you go back and forth in the same couple of times. So he's just hoping to get it randomly. Which I think he'd be better. I think a siren gets you the D machine fight here. I'm not sure of that. And he does have a couple sirens, so I would be burning.
Well, while Gambit continues to look for the D machine grind, Paladin has an angry rope.
Oh, I was wrong about the siren. Okay.
Luckily, this is a low magic spot for Leviathan, so he's not putting too much of a fight, and Paladin takes. We have a moon boss of some sort.
Yes, we do.
Gonna double back. Could it be the plague? Could it be Objective 5?
Could be. It can't be Wyvern. It can't be Pale Dim. And it can't be Leviathan. Or Leviathan is the moon boss, I'm thinking. Okay, so it could be Bahamut. It could be Plague. It could be Ogopogo. I'm forgetting one. You've definitely seen Wyvern and Pale Dim.
D-Lunar.
Of course, the one I forgot.
Which I believe the D-Lunar spot is the highest HP spot in the game, not counting Zeromus.
You mean the Rubicant spot?
Typically the D-Lunar spot is higher as the highest spot, so them being down here at the Rubicant spot is much more better.
Let's see. Has he cast any Star? Well, Gaia Drum from Radia might take care of it too. And also just throw cure potions at them. Good old.
Oh, Scala, you're right. Elements is much higher.
Looks like Gambit is at least trying to do them up now. Maybe he looked it up after getting frustrated. I think normally you only go back and forth between two.
But I'm not sure if he's following the route or if he's done the reset.
I saw someone mention he reset.
Okay. Oh, Dathis. I think that's what I was thinking of as being the highest XP spot, not the health.
Oh boy. He just hit with.
You have a bunch of angry frogs that are confused and have things to say, but have no words to say.
I have no mouth, but I must cast heal spells. Probably a smart reset there from Aegis. Gambit still thinks he's going to get that random D-Machine grind fight and is skipping the D-Machine he saw. At the rate we're going, this will definitely be a match where both players think the other is doing a lot better than they. He would not have cast weak on the beamer, considering Tilla doesn't have that much HP.
And depending how many ethers he has, it might be a short grind.
See 1 ether 2. I think we saw ether 1s in a shop earlier.
Still horseman.
Oh, we got another Searcher Beamer fight. Let's see if this is the one. But yeah, this is why you want to do the manip so that you get the correct Searcher Beamer.
Right. Yeah, Paladin was able to get a Leviathan Grimoire roll off before getting breath.
Yeah, this is... Like, I've definitely done them with just straight up throwing cure potions when they showed up in Antlion once, but this spot's a lot more HP. Probably want to, you know, throw up the Star Veil.
Gambit gets the D machine.
Indeed he does. Now let's see if he can take it down before he dies. Because those characters... Oh, okay, it doesn't do as much damage as I thought.
This could be a huge boost to his progression.
Especially if Aegis remains stuck on the D Lunars. Now, Silk Web is an idea. That will at least make it longer for them to use. Oh, but he just Berserk Yang, so we're going to get viruses. Here come the bouncing viruses on Aegis' screen. Two viruses, two dead mages.
So as Dath has pointed out, if each dragon has about 17, looked like Yang was doing a couple hundred per hit, almost 1,000. It's going to be a close call if you can pull this one off.
Finally, he comes up with the Star Veil idea, but it doesn't work on the reflected virus. And he realizes that. But he did think to use a Star Veil. He remembered he had Star Veil, so maybe...
Implying that he Star Veils against his own and casts on his own Star Veil.
I don't think battle speed is the problem here. There's just no way that you get 34k done before they use breath. I mean, maybe if you Grimoire Mega Nuke or something, is that even possible? Well, that wasn't Mega Nuke. I would say if you're going to try and do this strat, just focus on one dragon, because then you can physically attack the other and it doesn't have the other dragon to bounce its viruses off. But no, they just berserked Edge, and so that's going to make the virus strat happen.
And Gambit seems to be wrapping up his D machine grind.
Yep, he just took out the... Like, I remember when I had trouble with the lunars, I think I actually took to like Google and tried to figure out what the strat. Lots of levels gained, except for Cecil. I don't know if that's intentional to do a big rubber banding. Aegis, was there a siren to get that green D?
Correct. They just pop a siren there, probably just for some quick experience, maybe to get him over this hump.
I don't think that will do it, but we'll see. Certainly not if they keep physically attacking.
Let's see where Gambit could go next. And if he's not going to continue pursuing up the G, he does have access to the underground.
And that is where he's going. We'll see if Gambit knows how to take out the D Lunars. I know I saw Cure 3 potions in a shop earlier, and probably if you just had everybody sling Cure 3 potions at one dragon, you could take them out, and then you can physically attack and start the virus phase, and they've got nothing to bounce off. So even if you had no Star Veils, that would be the strategy. Because, of course, the D-Lunars are undead, and that means that cure potions. I wonder how many attempts it would take before just going and getting that grimoire and then going back and saving. We start saving. On Starveils, they're right there. And here comes Gambit with a whole lot more level. Except for Cecil. Well, Stealth isn't a bad summon to get from the grimoire, but Starveil! Starveil! Up go the Starveils!
I was going to say if Paladin couldn't get past this spot, what would be his next course of action? But it looks like he's making.
Yeah, I mean, his next course of action would have to be go to the moon, I think. And he doesn't really have the levels for that either. Unless you find KQ Eblin up. Now you can Berserk, they can't cast viruses as Frog.
I don't know about you, but it would feel very satisfying hitting those frogs right.
Yes. And then maybe just going and playing some Frogger. Badly.
Excellent execution by Paladin.
Down go the D-Lunars. And meanwhile, we only had one. No, we didn't have a Starveil. We just had a dodge on Gambit's screen. I don't think Rosa is going to take them down herself, but greater things have. Okay, using heal to try and unfrog Pal. And of course, Palom being that high a level and having Quake is going to do a lot of damage.
Now where to for Paladin? Village for item check. Maybe an occupation check.
That looks like Dwarf Castle. No, that's Tamra. That's Tamra. Job check. After the iron shot. Personally, before doing anything, I would have saved, but
Gambit made it through.
I do like the pink hair Radia as well as that blue hair Rose. Brief NPC stoppage on the job check.
Oh. Robbed.
No job check?
I have decided that until further notice, that man is a trash compactor. Until we get further notice.
What? I Let's go with he's a mime and that's why he isn't talking to.
Ah, fair. Get a rat tail for free on Gambit while Paladin makes some omelet.
Okay, so rat tail is just another free key item check. Since we have the hook. There's sirens. Isn't Gambit going to feel silly? Sirens in Feymart. You know what they say, we can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs. Here's Odin. I don't remember who has a purple coat besides the... Oh, that's KQ Edlin. Well, that's very nice.
Yeah, I believe Odin was on Ordeal.
Oh, yes, that's correct. I just always forget KQ Edlin have the... And you might want to revive Tella because Tella actually loses agility as you get bigger. So if you're using him as an anchor, you want to keep...
I guess it makes sense that the wisdom might be low there. He gets an earth quest. Wisdom might be low there because Asura would have high will and not wisdom if I'm not crazy. But now with the earth crystal, we can go loot some things.
Or maybe just heal up and save before the fight with Marlon and somebody.
Also true.
Mylon and the gas.
Now I know this spot might not have very high magic power or wisdom, but if he starts laying out those physical attacks, that could be a problem.
Uh, 324 for Lit 1 seems a pretty high magic power. And there go the ghasts, which are the main source of physical attack. Got an NPC being a jerk on Paladin Aegis' screen.
Tell us, Libby.
I was about to say he's not dead yet, and then he died on my screen.
Gambit takes down Mylon.
I think I saw a physical attack there on Rosa, but it didn't do any more damage than the magic was on Tellus.
With an adamant. Yeah, I was surprised.
Oh, adamant! They need that to forge the Excalibur, which is goal number 1, and they already have the Legend Sword from. So that is a required boss.
And depending on what they get from the rat tail.
Yeah, the best thing to get from the rat tail would probably be the Baron Key.
Compensation specialist. Hooray! Gambit's heading over to forge himself a sword. And then maybe after that he'll pop up to Dwarf Gas.
So what is a compensation specialist anyway? Is that like a lawyer or an insurance adjuster or?
Probably more in lines with the insurance. I mean, you have to make sure that people are being compensated. So
Yeah, it didn't say like specialist in workers' compensation, so which is what I would expect with a lawyer. Buying the Stardust Rod, okay. I am not sure he realized that was a Stardust Rod and not just regular Stardust. He does have Palom though.
good old Nalomo.
Might want to find an alternative to that crystal helm in case you want to berserk Cecil with. Not turning in the rat tail just yet.
I like the idea of the power shirt, but I have a hard time envisioning what it would actually look like and how Cecil would wear it instead of armor.
I'm just going to see it looks like, I don't know, maybe Kevlar, maybe... Maybe it's... I don't know, Tony Stark designed it, that's for sure. Pogo Pogo! Chat says it's the Star Trek red shirt.
Or just a wrestling champion belt, which he then wouldn't hold, like wear. He would just have to hold.
Well, I have seen them come out wearing it, like, wearing the belt over one shoulder.
Oh, there you go. So it's more of a sash.
At least for the guys who are too big to wear it as a belt.
Paladin getting his adamant of his own. And Gambit killing another angry noob. Followed by a Yang, which with any luck after, I believe it's two, oh, another Cecil. After 2 actions by Yang, an attack from a Paladin Cecil will end the fight.
That Yang is a character to... Oh, no, that is a boss. Okay. I thought that Yang was... I thought you got 2 characters here, but that's somewhere else. Ouch! And Palom just got weak. That will be useful for any King Ryu grind. And I always get creeped out by this and think it's a 3rd boss in a row. I'm going, wait, which is the Master Hand boss again? Aegis forging the sword.
Luca had a pink tail around her neck. A little
Oh,
disturbing.
well, that pairs nicely with the rat tail.
We'll save
Trade them both in. That's not where you go to trade those things in. Guess he wants to talk to Yang so we can get the item from Sheila, maybe?
Yeah, let's save one more trip to the overworld. I know I'd just be mad if I got Pan from Rat Tail or Pink.
Yeah.
Paladin's purging.
I think we did talk to Rydia's mom, right? Yeah, that
Yes.
was the
Artemis arrows.
Artemis crystal or something. Oh, Artemis arrows?
Correct.
Sabin, that thingy that Worf wears is in fact a sash.
white shirt. And a
And the
power
rat
shirt.
tail. Power shirt. Did he just spend a whole bunch of gil on one of those?
Do.
Dur, 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 dur. Wah. Okay, she the one check coming up.
I heard in version 5 of FF4FE, they're introducing item synthesis, so you can actually combine those powers.
Twin Heart, we got music!
Hooty hoot! And given what else is really available, I mean, Gambit could continue to progress, but he's already on the overworld, and everyone loves a good song. So we'll see if he just heads right over to the
Yeah, like it's
cave.
this or Moon, right? And he appears to not remember whether he checked for. Oh, he didn't talk to him.
No, that was on Paladin side.
Okay. Well, at least he did, in fact. Not that it gets him anywhere, but at least he remembered it. And since there are probably a lot of newbies watching, just a reminder, if you come in from the left, you activate the package, so that's why you got going from the. And did he save before this? Oh, it doesn't matter.
Not at this point. Gambit just went in to do a quick check and wreck. Likely the same here for Octo. Oh, actually going for the safety save. Probably more just for time's sake.
Yeah, because if it turns out to be Dark Knight Cecil, you're stuck fine for a while. Okay, cash in that Earth Crystal. Or not.
Time to bump some jams. Looks like Paladin is heading over to turn in his tails.
Oh, good. Everyone was wearing metallic armor.
Let's see what song we get.
Got a clue? It's not FF1's Chaos Shrine. I would recognize that. I believe FF2.
Yep, Pandemonium Castle from Final Fantasy II. It's not my fault. When I grew up, this was Final Fantasy II.
Look, I just haven't beaten that many Final Fantasies yet. I've got a long backlog. When I grew up, it was Pokemon that was the RPG of choice. So,
Ooh, and a silver apple. Paladin about to see the same fate while Gambit heads up.
where exactly is he heading up?
Powers up.
Ah, okay. I was trying to think where they hadn't been yet.
Yep. Now that he's got the Earth Crystal, he can head up and exchange that for 2 characters and 1 more key item, I believe.
Personally, I'd have headed for the moon with his levels, since you've got to do the massive moon altar.
Might be wrong. Yeah. Baron Guards.
Oh, but he doesn't have any coffins. Whatever will he do? Well, that didn't go quite as planned. Oh, but he turns them right back. Okay. How do these just generic guards know all these spells?
Internet.
So what? Magipedia? And wait, Yang. That looked like Yang was the enemy, but we already had Yang as the enemy. So
We found a mop. Baron School of Witchcraft and Wizardry points.
$100 points to Gryffindor for that one. That's a fully powered mop, I believe, with all these key items. I forgot to mention this earlier, but we have 10 key items on both sides. So that means double XP from.
Paladin
And it
giving-
is the king of all dragons.
It is Bahamut himself. Sorry for the interruption. Paladin grabbed the silver apple and is exiting. Would a fully powered mop be considered like soaked or dry? Does it just come with a bucket?
I would think it's just like motorized.
Oh, so more like a floor buffer.
Or one of those spinny things in the car wash with all the.
I would not mess with one of those. He just is on the hunt for some goodies. And I know I definitely fall into the trap even late game as well, not knowing when to stop looting. Oh, but he found his namesake shield, so look at that. And it's heading through sealed cave. I think I missed where he grabbed that Luca key though. Probably the top of Tower of Zot. There we go, yep.
Yeah, I mean, this is remarkably close considering both players had their holdups. Gambit with the D machine grind and Aegis with the D.
And that needed a Baron.
Oh, was that up Zot?
Nope, the Baron key was at the
Oh,
end of
sealed cave. Okay. So that crystal room looked like Zot somehow. I guess the tiled floor did it.
And the vanilla evil wall, which sounds delicious.
Also, I am loving that goth food. Or as Lord of the Rings fan might call him, Lord Gothmop.
Yeah, between Fu and Rosa, they're very punk rock, right?
Rydia had pink hair too.
Oh, see?
These have been some amazing sprites this year. See the pink hair Rydia on the left there. Oops, he dismissed Fusoya. I don't think he meant to do.
He may not have, but in the Swiss round, rescue is enabled.
Oh, right. I'd forgotten about that. Good thing to remember in case I do that. But yeah, I think it was completely accidental considering he hesitated so long on the take his equipment. Okay, what's up with the pausing?
Gambit making his way downtown. Going to liberate Baron Castle for objective. Oh, thanks for the heads up, chat. Didn't realize that the pausing would cancel that animation.
Doesn't cancel the animation, just the audio.
Right.
Although, maybe that speeds up the animation, who knows? And here is Dark Imp at Baron Castle 1.
Given where he's at, it's pretty much a game. We'll see who's on the throne. And depending on the loot, we may head down to Odin.
Trying to think who would be trolly to have on the throne that we haven't already seen. We know it's not Wyvern. We know it's not Odin or Casey. Oh, right. It hasn't changed yet. Okay, is that Wirehead?
Who put that man in charge? How did he take over the castle?
Fight, Edward! Ed's not here.
Somebody's sleeping in Baron Castle. Like, Sabin, you got it right. How do you not notice a water hag just chilling on the throne? That's Aw, no Edward today. Plot twist, Eddie actually came running for the water hag.
It's like, yes, a boss I can kill!
I am helping! And a pan.
Ooh, a pan.
Gambit has completed objective 3 now. Didn't look like he took a safety save, but gonna go check out the Odin's.
Looked like a save to me.
Oh, did it? I must have missed it. Let's paladin makes his way through the evil wall.
The evil wall of evil!
And it looks like a Kenazo was on the Odin spot, so Gambit reset.
Ah, okay, that explains the quick reset. I couldn't tell from that quick a flash of a...
So now I'm off to the moon to maybe hit that Nasa moon alt, and or continue to look for flag.
I told you he saved. Well, besides Plague, whoever's on the moon, I'm going to be surprised by. Because I've totally forgotten what bosses are left. I guess there's Antlion. That could be trolly somewhere.
See, I know the moon makes more sense, but I don't have Ruby. I feel like I would have run down and done the pan just for the turn in.
Here's Ruby. I would have just gone straight to the Massimmune altar because maybe Plague's there. Those are the only two things.
Another knowledge gap on my end is not knowing which treasures are where on the moon.
I know Massimmune is Ogopogo, right at the entrance to the final.
Oh, I got you.
I think this is the Noah Wyvern spot. Oh, this could be Pale Dim. Yeah, Wyvern's the one you gotta go up from floor 6.
Trying to think of what other bosses.
Well, we haven't seen Antlion. Haven't seen Plague, obviously.
Magus Sisters?
And we haven't seen them.
Calbrina.
We haven't seen Calsabrina.
Luge?
Yeah, haven't seen Luge and Balnat. And we haven't seen Mylon Z.
Oh, okay. There's a fair pool.
Dark Knight Cecil was at Waterfall Cave. Plague could be hiding in any of 4 spots on the moon or at CPU. And I think that... Oh, he could also be at Bahamut.
Ask if anyone's checked Bahamut yet. Just gonna call it coffee for that. Keeping an eye out for Plague, and there he is, the big eye himself.
Wow, that... The usually inferior play pays off here because, well, I guess in this case it doesn't matter because you don't need any more key items. Normally I go to the D lunar spot since there's 2 key items. I don't think you need to cast fast because Plague's about to. Could try kill off a character and revive them strats.
Can't tell if he's. Looks like he pulled off enough people with Berserk. Yep, to keep the timer from ticking down for.
Oh, I didn't know that. I'd heard there was a way to do that, but I didn't know that was. Learn something new every time I watch.
Paladin heading on up to the moon.
But Gambit headed towards the final 2 bosses.
There are those pure 3s.
There he is checking the objectives. Because I don't blame him for not remembering after 2. I love the music in this section of the
Oof. This Magus sister set has some punch.
And it didn't take down Edge in 1 shot, so.
Nothing a little quack can't fix.
Quack. I think Paladin Aegis just took Talim over Rydia. Or he took somebody over Rydia, I didn't see who.
That was the Palom spot, if I'm not mistaken. So.
Maybe he's going for agility anchor.
Gambit has Crystal, which clearly means he needs to go close out the tower key segment. So with Paladin just 2 bosses behind,
2 bosses if he picks the right ones. He doesn't know where Plague is.
so kind of new to this, but I'm pretty sure there's a question.
Ah, yes. Whose butt are we going?
Whose butt is it anyway?
What? I keep wanting to make it whom's butt, but that's
Oh no, when Paladin turns around. Now heading back up for some King Ryu.
yeah. He was lower on levels than Gambit, but
And knowing that he can slingshot that Palom.
if it can stay alive. I would have just gone for looking for Plague because it doesn't matter what your HP is for him, and he'll give you lots of XP. Oh my god, did I just see chat correctly? They're slightly ahead of me. Oh, they're talking about practice speed.
Whose butt? Whose? Rocketmus.
Oh my god. Team Rocket, Rocket, double trouble, real trouble, gonna follow you.
Five Alive in
Yo!
chat. Five Alive in chat asking about looks like Big Bang nerf.
Big Bang nerfing. Basically, the way it works is Zeromus has a multiplier to his magic stat. And the multiplier is set based on what spell he's about to cast. But Big Bang gets its multiplier set when he does the shake before the Big Bang. So if you manage to time a nuke between that and the shake, get him to counter with a nuke. Rather, so a silk web works too. When he counters with the nuke, that sets his multiplier down for the nuke, and that doesn't get set back up before he casts Big Bang.
So it's a way of taking a larger or full strength nuke to one character and decreasing the Big Bang across your party if you can time. The Zeromus opening Big Bang, I think you get 2 shakes on it, so you generally have a pretty good guarantee of nerfing the first Big Bang. but nerfing the subsequent ones can take some finesse.
I found it pretty easy once I did it the first time. I just kept nerfing every big bang from there on, but maybe it's a bit harder if you're actually doing it at battle speed 1, which I don't think I've done yet. Battle speed 3, you can nerf big bangs all day.
Oh, there you go. So 5, if I'm not mistaken, it's in the script where the shake is the indicator that is then the script then goes to set the magic stat. So it would be after the shake that you would want to conduct an attack to provoke a response to undo that magic stat set.
But sometimes you have to queue up your attack before the shake to have it go off before the big.
Right. Because if you tell something to cast while he's shaking, due to the agility ticks, you probably won't. The event probably wouldn't occur. Oh boy, rocks are already falling.
Jeez. Well, I guess you're a few seconds ahead of me, so that. Oh, there's the rocks. Yeah. Rocks fall, nobody dies.
Gambit with time. GG.
Yep, there's the flashes. They're going down. Looks like Team Rocket's blasting off again. And I think somewhat this shows the power of the D machine strat. Even if you don't know how to manipulate it, it got him so many levels that now Aegis is trying to catch up in that department. It also shows the power of just knowing right away to use star reveals on the D Lunars. Or having high levels against the D Lunars, because I think he actually didn't star reveal, it just missed Rose.
And we are joined by Gambit017 for an interview. GG's on your first place finish.
Thank you so much. That was an interesting seed.
Yes, it was. Nice that you started with the Legend Sword, so you at least didn't have to hunt that down. But nothing was too brutal except for the. Well, you had that trouble with the D machine grind, and then Aegis had trouble with the D Lunar.
Yeah, that D machine grind was something else.
You might want to learn how to do the manipulation for that before.
Yeah, I'm usually a lot better at it, and I just, for some reason, couldn't get the timing right on it, and then I couldn't find the fight. And then once I was in the fight, I made a mess of that, and I finally just said, screw it, I'll just take what I get right now and do a walk of shame back out the giant and hope for the best.
Is that when you got it? Because I did see the D machine grind happen.
Yeah, I did eventually get it, and then in the fight itself, my turn order was all kind of wrong, kind of special, and I couldn't get Tella to use weak fast enough, so I was eating like 3 or 4 fires per D machine and almost wiped.
Oh. Yeah, I did notice that. Should have said something about it. But at least that gave you the levels that Rosa was able to dodge the D Lunar Breath.
Oh yes, and that was big. I didn't realize how close I was to that breath coming, so I didn't even think the setup for it. And when it happened, I was like, please someone survives, please someone. And then when Rosa did, I was like, okay, this is manageable. Yeah. I can still make it through this fight.
Aegis went in there at low levels, and it took him a while to come up with the Starveil strat.
Yeah, as soon as I saw the Tella on Hobbs, even guarded by Wyvern, I was like, immediately my thought was D machine, because that's just, with the Fabul Gauntlet flags, there's no guarantee of sirens. I'd rather do the D machine anyway and just get all my levels in one fell swoop. And again, I made a mess of the D machine grind, but at least everything else kind of paid off. I also kind of just faded moon until the last possible second, and I figured after that horrible Demon Machine, I figured if it's on the moon, I'm probably already lost this race. So let me chase everything down on Earth before I go up there, and I got lucky with the Vanilla Plague, and then just booking it to Z.
Is that Vanilla Plague spot? I couldn't
Yeah, that was
remember
a
what was
Vanilla
there.
Plague.
Yeah, it definitely panned out for you.
You know, I was thinking that, you know, normally I go one room over to the D Lunar spot to get the 2 key items, but key items didn't really merit.
Yeah, the only key item that I really would have been looking for at that point was a tower key, just in case Plague had been behind tower key in the Super Cannon room. So I wasn't all that concerned about actually beating. When I got down to the bottom floors, I was literally going to peek, and if it wasn't Plague, I was going to reset out and then peek the next one. And again, I got very, very lucky with that Vanilla Plague.
Yeah, and there was also the option of doing Mass Immune first in case Plague was there, but he wasn't, so.
Well, once I defeated Vanilla Plague, I was just like, okay, I'm gonna go do Mass Domain, and my team was set up in a way I was confident of my strats. I was just gonna do Mass Domain and just run to Z or Swag Walk, as I believe they call it. And just did it. Magus Sisters was there. That was a little bit interesting, but manageable. And then it was just like, all right, let's book it. Let's go.
Yeah, and your plague execution getting enough people berserked to stop the countdown timer. That was a very.
Yeah, that was the one thing I was a little upset at myself for cabining before checking that, because if I had a cabin, I would have had a couple characters already low HP and could have knocked one off and did life strats. But I figured let's get 3 people zerked and then just hold A and hopefully have the Q clogged enough to get through it, and managed to get there.
So, yeah, I was. Some people in chat were wondering if Plague might be at the top of the Giant of Babil.
I was gambling that it wasn't, especially having done the Demon Machine ride. I didn't even check the element spot, so I was gambling that he wasn't up there. If he had been, that would have really sucked. But I got incredibly lucky.
Yeah, maybe next time just peek that spot if there's a boss to get.
Yeah, I was just so flustered with how bad that Demon Machine was. I just wanted to get the heck out of Dodge.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Well, I think it worked out really well for you, and GG on the.
Thank you guys so much. Thanks for pulling together a restream. I know it was kind of a last minute thing to pull everybody together, so appreciate that. It's on the restream, you guys doing commentary, PK tracking. It's always great to put on an early morning or a lunch show for those of you on the East Coast. So hope you guys were able to enjoy it.
Almost a lunch show for some of them on the West Coast, I would think, but.
Well, I'm actually West Coast, so this race started at 8:30 a.m. local time for me, so much fun.
Yeah, and now it would be 11 your time, so I mean that's close enough to call it.
So yeah, so thank you guys so much. Y'all have a great rest of the day. Enjoy the great slate of races set for the rest of the day. I'll see you guys next week.
Okay, and Aegis got Mass Immune and will now be doing a Plague. Hopefully.
And Aegis chooses wisely. Let's see if Aegis can handle this count. Not quite. So I know, other than the tactic that Gambit rolled with of essentially clogging up, you could go for the killing your own team members to reset, or killing them and reviving them. Or you could even attempt to reflect the count onto Plague, provided he is not relative agility 1. But instead, he's just going to take it out on good old pal. Hopefully there's enough time. Alright, so he only lost Rosa there. And Plague down. Paladin with a crystal, and ready to commence Zeromus.
Okay, I see a crystal. So, Aegis getting ready to crystal Zeromus and take on Team Rocket.
Yeah, looking back at chat, I don't know that we saw a curse ring at all this season.
I don't think we did either.
Though at this point, with the teams that they had, I don't know how that would best be.
Yeah, I mean, with this team that Aegis has, I think your best bet is either get someone to 28 agility or see what agility edge. I guess you could put a cursed ring on a 43 agility edge, but
throwing spoons at Team Rocket. What other cutlery do you have in there?
Let's see, FF9 has the Gastro Fork. We probably have a bunch of knives.
I do love a good spoon flag set. I managed to keep Palom alive.
Let's see, is he even trying to nerf the second Big Bang here, do you think?
I'm not sure. Based on how quickly Gambit was able to get through the fight, I'm wondering if he actually made it through without the refill. And I don't know if Paladin's gonna do.
No, he didn't make it through without the refill, or rocks wouldn't have fallen. Rocks only fall when low on HP post refill.
Ah. Well, then I will stay in the truck.
You and you, huh?
And I guess Gambit just had crazy DPS to take him down.
Yeah, I mean, Gambit had Edge Berserk and Cecil Berserk with Excalibur, and everyone lives. And that didn't look nerfed.
It didn't.
Oops, reflected on Yang, and now he's dead.
I mean,
Did
that
he
was
use
a
a
great
silk
nuke.
web?
I
Huh?
haven't seen him use one.
I don't think either of them used a silk web, and I love the silk web strat because Black Hole only removes magic on your. So if you silk web Zerobus, he stays silk web.
Oh, I did not know that.
Most people don't. And yeah, I saw Gambit swapped around magic, so Nuke would be first in Column's list. Looks like Aegis did not do that.
Yeah, those little optimizations certainly will add.
One optimization that I think at least one of them didn't do that I've always appreciated knowing about is you can swap the first item in your inventory with the, or some other item in your inventory with the sort inventory button at the bottom of the inventory, and then you can sort from the top of the inventory.
Definitely a huge help. And we do have rocks falling here. Let's see if this last nuke takes them out. Shazam! So GG's all
Ding, ding,
around
ding.
to Paladin.
So, will Paladin be joining us for interview? No interview.
All right, and with that, that is today's Gauntlet races out of the way. Again, I'd like to thank very much for Jofus Mano, Cymart, and PK4787 for joining me very last minute to get this all set up. Paladin unfortunately declined to do the interview, but again, it was a great run, all said and done by him. Only about 19-ish, 20 minutes setting them apart, as we saw again 2 different grind opportunities. We saw the D Machine versus seeing the King Ryu Ging Ryu fights, so a whole lot of diversity there. A lot of the seed was still showing up, and again, thank you everybody for watching. We have a whole lot of runs coming on later today. I think we have one coming on at 7 o'clock Eastern tonight. It's going to be Pineapple Salesman versus Jeebus 0, so we have that going on. Thank you for this early afternoon seed, everyone watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and we will see you later on this evening for more Free Enterprise Run.